daghang kay rumors sa basketball makabantay juga ba nga klaro juga ayo nga nani gitawag na mga handlers ang mga players ba kay usahay nalay ma-rumor or usahay content creators ni ganahan nga matagad ba nga na-attraction ilang site maghimo-himo sila rumor nga weird di ba nga let's just say nga like Kevin Durant wants to play for this team and so far from the truth ba. But ikaw, if you're let's just say Kevin Durant fan, you can't help but click that clickbait kay ba?
Yeah, galing.
Kana ba grab video kay ba on my feeds alone?
Yeah.
Grab video kay daghan kay fake news good sa NBA ba. Well, it's harmless, right? In the sense nga it's just
drama.
It's just drama, right? But nobody gets hurt, right?
Yeah.
But still, right? Like murag ilad mo kanyo.
Right? Yeah. But I think the bigger effect nga a lot of these kanang clickbait nga Facebook posts have the greater effect they have is that when blockbuster trades happen, murag ang imong huna-huna kay piki man siguro ni ba?
Yeah.
That was my reaction.
What was the worst fake basketball news that you heard that ended up being untrue or fake? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I think probably the worst. Oh, wait. Worst.
Ang ako is that this is just, I can't remember a lot because this is on a daily basis, right? There was news that Luka Doncic had died or something like that. What the hell is this, man?
Oh my god. Well, wala ko kitaan na. I think
grabe kay ka clickbait whether you believe it or not, and even if you know that it's fake, right? You still have to look.
Yeah,
because what are the odds of it being true? It's not zero.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
Right. It could be like. So what I do, what I do is I look at the news item and I go to ESPN and other news companies. If that's such a earth-shattering news, it should be there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if it's not there, then it's fake news.
That's fake, yeah, for sure.
So, Ikaw, did you have anything similar to that? Like somebody?
Yeah, I think I guess recency bias ni siya, pero for this off season, I kept seeing kaning mga Bronny James waived by Los Angeles Lakers. Mga nga mga posts and they're like, dinood ni? Murag dili man.
So, but you still clicked, right?
Yeah, I still clicked on it.
First of all, I think it's pretty smart of the Los Angeles Lakers to get Bronny James, right? I'm sure there are better players than Bronny James, but if you want a good story, because that's what the Los Angeles Lakers are known for, they are home of Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
So they know how to weave a story. That's a good story. Father and son story playing in one team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the first time in history, a player is playing with his son ever in the NBA. That's a good story.
Yeah, definitely.
So whether Bronny James amounts to something, which I think he will, because he looks like he's getting better. If you watch him play sa ating summer league, di ba?
Yeah.
And even in the times that he gets playing time, right? During the kaning garbage time, di ba?
Yeah.
Kung the game is already decided, he plays. He like a kind of spark plug, right?
Yeah. In the games where it looks like he gets things going.
Yeah.
He looks all right.
Yeah. And kung anak ka sa one of the GOATs, the probability of transfer of talent, right, is still there. It exists, right? Right?
It might be.
Kaya kanang draft pa ka ba? Like you're not there yet playing in the NBA. There's a lot of unknowns there. You've seen a lot of duds, kana mga palpak nga mga high kayo sa draft pick, pero they ended up nothing, right?
Yeah.
Murag, who's that guy? The most recent one from Philadelphia, 76ers. Simmons, right?
Yeah,
Simmons. Ben Simmons, right? So it's like wasn't he like number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Number 1, right? And it's like a bunch of nothing, right?
Yeah,
kaya daghan ka ayong dili nimo ma-predict sa usa ka tao, di ba? You don't know what happens to the person when he goes to a different league.
Yeah.
That's like the league, which is the NBA, di ba? You don't know how they react to pressure. They don't know how they live, right? And so on and so forth. Nga dili ka makapredict ba? So kaning pag-hire nimo og usa ka anak sa GOAT, na ipaparuhan nga at least gitudluan ni siya, di ba? right? At a minimum,
least.
at a minimum, di ba?
At the very least.
Right? You know, Bronny James may not be the physical specimen that is LeBron James,
Yeah.
but I'm sure he lives with him every day. I'm sure na siya mga tips on how to be a great player, right?
Yeah, probably the one thing I really want to see Bronny develop or at the very least implement sa iyang game is ang what do you call this? Ang passing ability, ang passing the ball, being able to pass the ball around better, just like in the same way his dad was able to do. Okay, I think that's something that he really needs as somebody who's 6'1". I think ang iyang listed nga height. Because typically 6'1", na jud ka sa point position ana. And like with Chris Paul, 6 foot flat. Ang biggest strength yun niya is being able to facilitate the floor, being the floor general. And I think lisod siya to do with the Lakers kay naa si Luka, naa si LeBron, naapod si Reeves who's very ball dominant every now and then. So per at the very least in ang kanang moments nga garbage time where naa si Bronny James, I gusto jud nako makakita nga siya magdala sa bola, siya mag-set sa play, siya like facilitate sa team. Because I really think nga it's not something na it was noted sa iyang game back in katong high school pa siya, but I think it's something he needs to develop.
Pero tanaw niyo ba, grabe kayo ang pressure sa bata bitaw.
Yeah.
You're trying to fill the shoes of your dad.
For sure.
We're not just talking about small shoes, man. We're talking about one of the largest shoes in NBA history,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Figuratively, the shoes of LeBron James, right? Isn't that like a setup for you to fail 100% almost?
Oh,
right?
practically.
You're doomed to not be able to fill those shoes, right?
Yeah, I mean the same thing happened with Michael Jordan's sons. None of them really even entered the league.
Yeah.
But at the very least, Bronny has his foot at the front of the door. Basically,
What's an example of a father and son tandem in the NBA and they succeed? I know Gary Payton Jr. I think he's the son of Gary Payton, right?
Yeah.
I think their careers are kind of similar in many ways,
Yeah.
right?
And I think probably if you look at success stories, then I look no further than Del Curry and Stephen Curry, because Stephen Curry is basically his career is on a whole nother level. His dad was average on a very on a bad team, I think with the Charlotte Hornets, but his dad was like the franchise leading scorer, I believe, for the Hornets. But one thing that's notable sa ilang game is that Del Curry was considered a very good 3-point shooter, and Steph Curry is considered the greatest 3-point shooter. It's also even with Seth Curry, ang older brother ni Steph Curry, nga he's also considered a really good 3-point shooter. So naapod na. It's something that runs in the family. Good 3-point shooting, apparently.
But Del Curry actually, I think he was a good player, right?
Yeah, he was a good player on a bad team.
Yeah, but he averaged like double digits, diba? I think so. Yeah.
Let me check.
Yeah.
Del Curry, career stats.
And who do you think is like the greatest? The greatest son whose father played in the NBA, aside from Steph Curry being the son of Del Curry? There must be a bigger name, right? Are there like
I'm
Shaq?
trying to think right now.
I'm thinking of Shaq. Shaq doesn't have a.
He doesn't have.
He did have a son, right? Who? How about Scottie Pippen? Doesn't he have like a junior?
Yeah. Scottie Pippen Jr. is in the NBA right now.
He used to play for the Lakers, diba?
I
think he did.
I think so. I think he did for a season.
He got waived, I think.
Yeah, I think he's with Memphis right now, and he was their guard when Ja Morant was out.
How about the greatest son to play, whose dad is also an NBA great? How about Anthony Edwards, the son of Michael Jordan? do you believe that?
Yeah,
Huh?
that's a rumor going around.
How did that rumor start? Ganong nahimo mo na siya anak ni ni Michael Jordan. But if you look hard enough, he does look like Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Who started that? Did he start or somebody else started it?
I think so. I think it's a rumor that's been going around for a while now.
Okay, but who started?
I don't know who started it. It was just started on it started with Jimmy Butler actually.
Oh.
Ang kana nga meme nga especially sa ilang
Meme meaning to say that Jimmy created or of Anthony, or was Jimmy also rumored to be the son of Michael?
Yeah, no, it was Jimmy was also rumored to be the son of Michael Jordan, especially during their
anak din Michael Jordan.
Like gani, especially during sa katong time nga na siya sa Heat where they went to the finals. I think that the bubble championship and the time they smacked the Celtics conference finals. Kay Jimmy was really carrying that Heat squad all the way, Jude. And people were talking about how his game was similar to Jordan. Nga good defender, mid-range focused, not so much three-point shooting. And that's where it started, Jude. Jimmy Butler is the love child of Michael Jordan, like daw. I think Jimmy Butler was also like an adopted into a family. He was homeless at some point in his life as a young adolescent, and then he got adopted by a family.
Yeah, speaking of Jimmy Butler, what's going on with these Golden State Warriors, man? There's nothing going on there, right? Except for some drama with Kaminga, right?
Yeah.
Like, why aren't they doing anything?
I really don't know.
Do they sincerely believe they're good enough to compete in next season's NBA? Everybody got better, right? Even the Lakers got a little bit better, right?
Yeah, the Lakers got better.
And the Houston Rockets got scary good. The Oklahoma City Thunder re-signed the kids to a bigger contract, right?
And even the Nuggets kind of improved their roster as well.
So ngano maning Golden State sa sila. May anak gid siguro na ang challenges of a kaning franchise that's like a dynastic ba nga. Dagko kay payroll niya, they have no wiggle room to improve.
Yeah, probably.
Unless they trade the same people that made them champions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, murag lisod siguro na sa. I think that's a good thing in many ways, because that way murag ma-share gyud ang wealth, di ba? Ma-share gyud ang mura og opportunity to win a championship, di ba?
Yeah.
Kaya nakabantay ka karon nga wala na dominant team. In fact, murag grabe kay ka spread out, di ba? The Denver Nuggets, the Oklahoma City Thunder. So ang mga na champion ba dili na dominated by the Lakers and the Celtics, but unlike before, bitaw, di ba? Right?
Yeah, so follow up today sa Del Curry career stats.
Okay.
For his entire career, he averaged 11.7 points, 2.4 rebounds, 1.8 assists on 45.7 field goal percent shooting. So decent player for the Charlotte Hornets, Jude. And then Steph Curry just took his career to a whole nother level.
I think Steph Curry also I think timing is everything in basketball. Like, if you come into the league and like mauso ang something, right? And you become like the thing, because what teams could do is they revolve their offense around a kind of player, diba? At a certain time, diba?
Yeah.
So you could say that Steph Curry's style of plays or the way he plays, was at the right time, right? Because like no self-respecting team in the NBA would shoot and develop plays from that far from the arc, diba?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the logical thing to do, Gyud, is to go inside, right?
Yeah.
And then get a foul and then make the
free throw.
Sure 2-point shot, or get fouled and get free throw. So the probability is higher of scoring, but plus you get a foul too, right?
Yeah.
So mas nindot yun ang possibilities if you go inside, diba?
Yeah, exactly.
Compared to shooting outside, because if you shoot from the outside, the probability of you getting fouled is lesser because you're so far away from the line. And number two, the probability of you getting the ball is also lower because it's 50-50 now, diba?
Yeah.
Instead of you closer to the actual ball, diba?
Yeah.
Because you're shooting it from range, from within, from inside the paint, right? So ang pasabot nako is na timingan ni nga, like nauso lagi siya. Pareho na gwapo ba yun? Kani ang gwapo, so uso naman sa nagwapo ba? Gahuat pag ikaw kano sa mauso nga magwapo ta. Di ba? Gamay na like kong siguro mauso na atong kagwapo ba? Karon dili pa ta gwapo. Pareho ra nagbasketball nga. Nagi uso gali nga kind of player nga people want. Muna ang team mo revolve around that kind of player.
Yeah, I think I can kind of agree with ang kanang concept.
Kanang gwapo.
Kana maka-agree pod kana. Pero ang kanang giingon mo na kan right place right time kind of thing. I can kind of agree to that to in general. Pero sa kaninga situation with Steph Curry, it's not nga ni prominent siya tungod kay ni uso ang tres. He's the one who really took the 3-point game to a whole nother level.
But a team does not allow that.
Yeah,
typically. if they, because di ba anam gyud ang mura og team strategy, di ba? They strategize on who's getting better at in the team and who gets free and all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So of course, if you think about it, kasi Steph Curry hingigo man siya, then the team develops plays for him, di ba?
Yeah.
But that's not the first time that happened. Na champion lang gid sila. Do you remember the Phoenix Suns? With D'Antoni,
Mike D'Antoni.
Mike D'Antoni, right? They were like a shoot first team too, right? And they shot from the outside. They had like a 5-second rule. You need to shoot the ball within 5 seconds, right?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Diba isn't that where Steve Kerr sort of became like a apostle of D'Antoni? I don't know where he learned his chops, right? But he learned his chops, I think, from also from the Spurs, I think.
Yeah.
With Popovich and D'Antoni, I think also, or something like that. But there was a team nga relied heavily on the outside 3-point shot. What man sila na champion? You know what I mean? They didn't succeed. They almost did, but never quite, di ba? So wala gid sila na uso. Pasabutan ng uso gud ang ma-champion, di ba?
Lagi.
So kung na-champion pa to sila, then everybody started probably doing what they did. But in many ways, nadugay lang tuog ka-champion ang brand of basketball of the Phoenix Suns under Mike D'Antoni, because kanang mo kung 3-point shot ang rational gud ang anong dili kayo na siya gigamit in the NBA for a long time is exactly what we talked about earlier. Nga the probability of you winning is there kung surtion ka.
Yeah.
Pero kung di malason po ka, pwede sa ka.
Lagi, live by the 3, die by the 3.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. So the probability of you shooting is really lower if it's further from the ring compared to inside the ring. And again, katong mga foul and free throw pag idaghan kay mga factors. So pagka champion nila murag dihan ang gasugod ang kauso sa 3-point shot. It was like an experiment. It was like a risky experiment that Steve Kerr that paid off. That's what I think about Steve Curry.
Yeah, okay. I can definitely agree with that. I think naset ang trend after they won.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Pero
dili man ka mauso kung dili ka makadaog sa NBA, di ba?
Lagi.
You have to have
all
like,
about
proof of success. In fact, they won how many rings with Steph? 4 ba or how many? I can't remember now.
4? Wait.
There was the Kevin Durant era, right? How many?
2. 1 before Kevin Durant, 2 with Kevin Durant, 1 after Kevin Durant. 4.
Let me just remind myself. Did Kevin Durant get or become part of the Golden State Warriors after they became a champion?
After.
Like after?
Yeah, it was
the season when they became a champion.
It was 2015.
And then
2016 was when they choked the 3-1.
So
to LeBron, and then Durant joined them after that.
So they palabyan usa ka season di ay.
I think from what I remember sa katonga post season, when the Thunder were this close to eliminating, not necessarily close, but when the Thunder were really trying to give it their all to beat the Warriors, kan, actually, I think the Thunder choked a 3-1 lead against the Warriors katunga postseason from what I remember. And yeah, the Warriors basically, they made a comeback, and I think si Durant na ulit na jud siya sa front office adto kay na ulit po siya sa iyang teammates, kasi I still remember there was this one clip nga ilang gi-show sa game gani, like review of the game, or a highlight, supposedly a highlight but it was like an interaction between Durant and one of his teammates where Durant was frustrated because he passed the ball to him and the guy did not shoot the open three, a wide open three, and then he was frustrated. He was like shouting in his ear like,
what was he when he was still playing for the Oklahoma City Thunder?
Yeah, katong postseason.
This was the time when they had Westbrook and Harden pa, or wala na?
No, wala na si Harden na. Or na pa si Westbrook, na si I think na pa si, what's his name? Serge Ibaka.
Ibaka.
Yeah, Serge.
Center nila.
Yeah, no, power forward man siya.
He looked like the center.
Yeah. Ang center man nila to kasi si Perkins.
Yeah.
Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah. I love his broadcasting career.
I don't.
Anyway, so it's just funny nga. That's why Kevin Durant probably moved from the Golden State Warriors, because he didn't want to be labeled as somebody who's just jumping on the bandwagon, right?
Yeah.
Right? Or was there a deeper reason why he jumped ship?
Well,
one season ba to?
He spent 2 seasons with
Two
them.
seasons.
I know 3 seasons with them. They lost the third one to Toronto.
Katong si Kawhi.
Yeah, kato si Kawhi.
Oh, so was there another reason aside from what's obvious to us, that he's just jumping in the bandwagon?
Well, I think just based off of what I could say, people were like compiling online. I think part of the reason nga ni hawa si Durant from the Warriors kay ang iyang mga what do you call this, arguments, ang ilang mga away with Draymond Green, because personalan pud kay mo kaan mo insulto si Draymond Green kaya I think one of the things he said to Durant was we don't need you, we won without you, we don't need you, leave. Oh, ni hawa jud siya.
You have to understand nga these players who are multi-millionaires, they're just kids, right? when they entered the league, diba?
Yeah.
And some of them
they didn't grow up.
Never even had like college education, diba? Some even don't finish high school, diba? Some of them, right?
No, I think they all I think all of them more or less finished high school. It's just some of them didn't even start college.
Yeah, or something like that, right? So kuwag gini sila niya paghuman, they're surrounded by
agents,
by all of these people. They're insulated from real life ba.
Yeah.
So you can probably sense nga some of them are quite unpolished ba. As people ba, kuwang pa ilang edukasyon unya paghuman, so mga like I don't know, man, like they're not, their outlook of the world is not very mature.
Yeah.
And plus you pour money into their brains, diba?
Yeah, so
so this is the way to succeed. You know what I mean? So they have like a detached way of looking at the world.
Yeah.
Because they came into so much wealth without using some organs of their anatomy, right? Specifically the gray organ, the brain, right? So murag wala kay na hait siya, but for basketball, but not for other facets of life. So I'm sure the NBA has like a program to help them learn.
Hopefully
about real life, diba? Kaya daghang kay mga istorya madunggan nimo nga mga multi-millionaire nga mga basketball player niya paghuman homeless and stuff like that, right?
Like they don't know how to like properly spend their money, and they don't know how to invest their money, and they end up spending it all on kanang mga lavish nga lifestyle. It's kanang constantly partying and buying very expensive cars and all that, jewelry, stuff like that. Do you think it could be worse sa Europe? Okay, over in Europe, there are some players who start off playing like professionally, like 15.
Yeah, I know. There, who's that guy?
See, well, Luka was like, I think he started.
17.
No, he was 16. He was
16. But
Oh.
there's another player started at 15. I forgot his name.
Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, kana put siya, Ricky Rubio started playing for the
But I think
national team.
But I
at
think
age 15.
they're under the guidance of the government, right?
Well, yeah, pero I mean,
Yeah, we're not just
that doesn't
talking about
necessarily guarantee.
those in Europe. We're also talking about like the Chinese team, diba? And a lot of more autocratic countries, right? Nga murag ilahang mga bata sayo kaayo pasugdon og duwa og
Sports,
sa sport pag human, their ultimate goal is to win in the Olympics,
yeah,
and that's it, right?
yeah,
An argument can be made manggod against specialization nga you're not a well rounded human being. If all you are is to play good at one thing, when you're a little bit older, once you win the gold medal, now what?
lagi.
Right? It's like if you're an astronaut and you reach the moon, right? Like,
Now what?
what else do you want me to do, bro? Yeah, I've already reached the moon. Have you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pero siguro like moving forward, you could train the next people who want to go further. I mean, there's certain like levels to this. But usually when it comes to sports, ang usual nga fallback afterwards is either mahimo mo media personality or mahimo mo coach.
Yeah, the problem with that, Mangod, is that if you notice, there are not many great players that are good coaches.
Yeah.
That's, the classic example of two people who wanted to coach but were horrible at it because they were great players are Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson, right? Both of them tried to coach. I remember Magic Johnson, one of his quotes, "I will never ever coach again," after coaching for the Los Angeles Lakers for a season. Because ang imong mga expectations sa imuhang mga players is so high. If you're Michael Jordan, I want to see the way I play, the way the way that I'm passionate about the sport. Like me, muna imong standards, and these are impossible standards.
Oh, more so than just that, but you also have the difference between like people who are great, whose greatness come from their physical attributes versus the people who are great because of their skills with the ball.
Yeah.
Like somebody pointed out nga when Shaquille O'Neal was talking about how I could be a good coach, and they were like, no, you can't, because you don't understand like because how you were great at basketball will not be able to translate well with others, because you're great because of your physical your physical dominance, your body and your strength. How are you going to like coach a team around that kind of philosophy ba? It's not probably not going to work out. Point out.
Plus, I don't like the way Shaq communicates. Like, he's very soft-spoken, right? So I'm not sure if that'll work. So nakabantay ka, if not aside from Jason Kidd, who's probably like considered a great player. There's a very few of them, right? Like all the greats, like Phil Jackson was a center for the New York Knicks, but he was like a Rodman type, not so good, but he was like feisty and stuff, right?
Si McHale po, di ba?
Kevin McHale, yeah. He eventually moved to the front office, right, or something like that, right? Larry Bird, right?
Yeah, Larry Bird, but
he tried, right? But he never won a championship, di ba? Or did he? He didn't.
No, he just
So
pushed them
ana ba lisod jud kayong expectations kung ngilngig ka nga player. So mo nang average players or below average players become better coaches because they have a more reasonable understanding
of the game.
of the game, right?
Like Tyronn Lue.
No, yeah. Yeah, Tyronn Lue was like a spark plug for the Lakers when he first played for them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So he was good. He was good, but he wasn't the best player.
Yeah, definitely. And kinsa pa may mga kind of like average players who turned into decent coaches. Doc Rivers. Would you consider Doc Rivers a great coach? There's been a lot of criticisms about Doc Rivers as a coach recently, especially with the mga failings niya sa playoffs post 2008. And there's a lot of people who criticize Doc Rivers now because very he doesn't know how to change up the game plan in game. Where he waits for the next game to implement changes, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think one of our main criticism niya karon.
Yeah. So, we're going to continue talking about basketball on a daily basis, but right now it's already 12:05. Marag padung na og paniudto ang mga tong kaigsuonan. Daghang salamat sa inyong pag-apil sa among conversation. If you want to join us in our conversation, or this particular conversation will still be on YouTube, on Facebook, and on TikTok. And kung naamoy ikadalit nga ideas or comments or suggestions or whatnot, just join us on Tops Media Center on YouTube, on Facebook, and on TikTok. Tops Media Center. Here on 105.1 TMC. The best of us. This one is Urban Dub.